Hi, everybody. I'm so excited. Let's see here. I just have a couple things to do on my computer. I hope you can see me. I hope you can hear me. But please let me know if you cannot. That's really important. All these techie things. Let's see here. Hello, Elizabeth. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have a question. Is my picture the biggest image you guys see? I just want to make sure. Okay, good. And you can hear me. And my name is Shanna, and this is Barre, and I'll tell you all about it here in just a second. If you would like me to see you, and I would love to see you, feel free to click on Start Video. And that just means I can see you. You're not being recorded, but it just lets me feel connected to you guys. But, oh, hello. Right now, all that's getting recorded is me talking and saying hi to everybody. And so it's so exciting. Excuse me. So yeah, so Start Video just means you're opening up your camera on your device. And I've already muted everybody, but if you want to tell me anything, I'm just reading the chat. No, class is not at 5:30 a.m. It's very exciting. So that is how you can tell me anything that you need me to know is via chat. So I just hope that you're seeing all the ways in which to communicate. What equipment should we have? So I'm going to be using my countertop. You could absolutely use a chair. Just make sure that whatever is your ballet bar is not going to move on you. So like I'm sitting in this chair right now, but if I relied on this chair, it would slip and slide because I have a wooden floor. So you could put a yoga mat or something underneath your chair if you're using it. I also pulled out a little Pilates ball, mini ball that you might, if you have, it's great to use, especially for abs. It's great for to protect your lower back. It just makes it easier to feel like you're in good form. There will be lots of options today. I'm really using very minimal equipment. So I've got my countertop, and just because I don't know if everybody has the mini ball, I won't maybe using, I'm so excited and nervous. So language is like a little bit, not as smooth as I like to feel, but anyway, so I don't know that I'll be using the mini ball, but you are welcome to. You're welcome to get dumbbells if you have them, or any sort of resistance that you like to use. I'm just gonna be pretending I have equipment, at least for today. And then when I teach next week, I'll hopefully get all kinds of feedback from you guys, and we'll go from there. So you can hear me clearly, you can see me clearly, I hope. I'm just gonna be giving it a couple more minutes before we officially get started. I see my beautiful daughter's face. Mackenzie's here. So excited. Let's see here. Oh, Lori. I see people I know from Kansas and from Colorado. This is just beautiful. So if you haven't already and you feel like it, you are welcome to click on Start Video. And that way I can see you, and maybe you can see each other. And if not, I see your names and I'm just so happy. I hope that you get a ton out of today's class. I already am getting more out of it just by feeling connected and seeing you guys. Jan is there, I see Jan. You know that children's show from a long time ago, Through the Looking Glass? They never said my name, but I always pretended they said Shauna through that. So I feel like I'm doing that. I see you. I'm so grateful. My heart's just doing this right now. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello. So if you're just coming in, I'm going to be using my countertop, and you could be using a chair, a table, if it's at the right height. Other than that, the equipment is up to you. If you have dumbbells at home, a mini ball, whatever you like and have access to is great. Oh, and I do have my a yoga mat out for, we're going to be starting out here in just a second, and we're going to be starting out standing, and a lot of the work is going to be done standing, about 2/3 of the class, and then for the last third we're going to go down to the mat, and I will adjust my camera so that you can see me well and hopefully hear me well. So I'm just going to take a peek in here, and we're going to get started, you guys. So I'm going to take my chair away. So the first thing we want to make sure, and everything that we do in class today, I hope makes you feel lengthened, makes you feel strong and open and more connected. Okay, so there's nothing that we should do today that should harm or feel threatening to any of your joints. You want to pay attention to your hips, your knees, your ankles, your shoulders, elbows, wrists. So find that length, and then just start to check in with your shoulders, going both directions. Good. Inhaling and exhaling. Exhaling will prompt your inhale. So sometimes when we get really focused, we can hold our breath. So make sure that you are allowing that exhale to be full. You might make those arm circles a little bit bigger. I always prefer to go this direction, okay? But both directions, right, are worthy here. I'm just gonna peek in the chat just in case. Okay, good, good, good. And then cross your body. So you wanna really pay attention that you don't feel any sort of clicking, any kind of warning bells in your shoulders. So you're going to want to restrict maybe a little bit your range of motion to really honor how your shoulders feel today. Potentially holding on to something as you lift a leg. We're just going to alternate. I am wearing sticky socks. Okay, so you don't have to, you just need to make sure that you're not gonna, that you don't feel slippery, because in a little bit we're gonna be working at an angle, and that's why you want whatever you're holding on to not move. Now let's circle in the hips. So you can go back, forward. I'm just scooching back a little bit. I'm not playing music because of copyright, but you are welcome to. So if you know, that's always helpful motivation. I'm just sticking with this one leg for the moment. I'm gonna take hold of it, circling in the ankle. So I'm just making sure I'm telling you everything. So yeah, so music in your background will not interfere with anything going on because no one else will hear it but you. So I'm just circling here, and don't worry about how high you lift, okay? And then let your legs swing forward and back. Good. And then kind of pay attention to what's around you. You can go side to side. Your standing leg can be bent, okay, so you're not locking it out. And then just circle in your ankle. And before we do all this on the second side, I want you to come into some kind of forward fold or something that just allows you to feel the difference in your sides. And shift the hips side to side, or check in, just how do you feel lengthened with your spine? And one side will feel a little bit more at ease, more open than the other. And then we're just gonna do the same actions on the other side. I love seeing your faces. It makes me so happy. This is my first class to teach virtually. I've been watching everybody else's classes, and it's just so exciting. I want to thank Parker Recreation for allowing us to do this, encouraging us to do this. It's been wonderful. Good. And then take hold of your leg again. Use anything you need to for balance. There's nothing wrong with that. So use the support that's around you. Good. I'm just circling in my ankle. We're going to do leg swings here in a second. So forward and back. Make sure your standing leg is not locked. Are you exhaling? Anytime you need a sip of water, please take a moment. That's so great about being in our own home. We got to find these silver linings, right? And we're going to go side to side. Exhale, inhale, stand really tall, and yet hopefully feeling free, open, that you can support everything. Okay, one more time, just kind of circling in the ankle. Good. And then I'm just going to set it down, and again, go into that forward fold. Send your hips side to side, hopefully feeling a little bit more balanced. I hope that even when I'm down here, you can still hear me well. Good. And then we're going to just start to open up through the calves. So I want you to line up your legs so that your center hips, knees, ankles, middle, feet are all lined up, and you're just going to start to lift and lower. So the floor is our stopping point. Sometimes we do this on a low to the ground step or riser, just to give us a little bit more range of motion. And so if you join next week and want to explore that, you can have that handy as well. Good. I want you to feel really elongated, like you're just trying to grow through the crown of your head. You're rooting through the balls of the feet evenly and reaching toward the sky through the crown of your head. And we're just creating this sense of elongation and space, okay, within the body, because it's so easy to feel congested, okay, kind of locked up in just regularly, let alone what we're having to contend with. So I want you to really pay attention to feeling that length. And we can just do this forever, right? I hope that at this point, you're starting to feel some heat in your calves, okay? You can always, I mean, I'm not a, this. I want you to really take the moments that you need. If you need to pause, you just take a moment, take a deep breath and reconnect with this. I'm gonna stay up, okay? I'm gonna try to center my ankles, engaging your core, really lengthen, and now going single leg, okay? So trying not to shift too much one side to the other, trying to stay centered, and you might be slowing down your pace. If you can see yourself, you might notice that the ankle wants to veer in or out. Try to center it. It's gonna allow you, I know we're doing this a long time, it's gonna allow you to engage your thighs, your glutes, so you have a shared load and not an isolated load. Okay, we're gonna switch sides. Okay, so I like to switch in the up phase and then going down and up. And depending on what you can see in my body, my ankle absolutely wants to veer. Okay, so I'm really trying to stay even across the ball of the foot, centering and supporting the ankle, feeling the muscles in the inseam and the outer line of the leg, getting into the glute, getting into the abdominals. Let's do a few more here, equal torture, right? Lengthen, keep that sense of growing tall. Last 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Exhale. Good. Okay, so we're still in this, but we're gonna click the heels together, toes turned out. And I just want you to take a moment, because for many of us, our weight is gonna shift in toward the inseam of the foot. So I want you to put equal weight on the inseam and the outer, and hopefully that helps you connect, again, with that shared experience. So it's not just in the calves. It's totally focused in the calves, but we want to share it with the quads, share it with the glutes, share it with our core. And then we're going to lift and lower. Again, you have your support, I hope, okay, your chair, your countertop. And I'm going at a little bit more of a deliberate pace. See if you can feel those little wobbles. We're always working on our balance. And the muscles that are critical to assist our balance are those outer glutes, the inner thighs, the deep core muscles. Okay, so you want to feel that sense of elongation. Maybe you find this easier. Great, enjoy that. Enjoy that ease. If it's harder, check in with yourself. Okay, make sure that the challenge is appropriate and not feeling like it's at risk, that you're putting yourself at risk. Okay, so we're going to be revisiting these positions, and we're going to shift the focus to thighs here in a little bit. So just a few more in fitness language. is, we're never sure, what does that mean? Is that really a few, literally? Not often. Okay, but 2 more. Good. And then release, shake it out. Just so that we get this kind of even experience, we won't visit this position in thigh work, but we're gonna go ahead and go into internal rotation. So we've done parallel, external rotation, now internal rotation. It's good for the entire body, but also, right, your internal rotation will look different from other people. So you need to make sure the integrity is there, that when you lift up, you feel that you can put equal weight across the balls of your feet, that those ankles are centered. So this is all so great for the health of all the joints, as long as we're supporting it with integrity. Have your lifted, open, right, heart across the chest, length through the spine, so nothing is feeling too tight, okay? So we can feel appropriate effort, appropriate heat, but nothing feels risky, okay? So lengthen. Let's do about 5 more. 5. Exhale, everybody. 3. Couple more. And then we're gonna go ahead and release it and stretch your calves. So 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. Lengthen through your spine so that the stretch has this benefit all the way up your body. The foot that's back, you wanna have, if you can, there's a slight, excuse me, a slight turn out, but feel as though you're trying to grab the floor. Okay, lengthen, maybe hinge. So just like with the work, the stretch has this focus in the calf, but you can feel that it's a shared experience. Okay, and then we're just gonna switch legs. And I always like to get these like little twists, length, breathe. Again, grab the floor. It's like your front foot is trying to pull the floor back. The back foot is trying to pull the floor forward. So let the stretch assist length. Breathe and breathe. And before we go into thigh work, maybe come into a forward fold. I just want to peek at you guys. It's so great. I'm so happy to see you. Wonderful. Okay, so if you need a sip of water, take that now. We're going to get into a long, should I even say that? We're going to do some thigh work. Okay, and it's really common that when we're in this, I like to think that I'm running in place because my legs will start to shake. Okay, so we're going to start in that zipped up position. You're going to lift your heels the height that feels okay for your feet. So like I'm on a wooden floor, if that's, I want you to find, if you need extra support, I could put a mat underneath my feet. I could be doing this in tennis shoes. Okay, so you want to make sure that your feet feel good throughout. Okay, so I'm going to root across the balls of the feet, really zip up, lengthen, lift the heels, bend the knees. Now I'm showing you this way, and then I'm going to turn in a moment because I want you to stay stacked, stay really upright. Lifting the heels allows us to keep our ear over shoulder, over hip. Okay, so just find that. And then see if you can feel as though you're trying to pull the floor upward, as though that's possible, up toward your heels, up toward your glutes. Lengthen through your spine. Hug energy, hug in toward the midline. Okay, so we're just holding. Okay, already you're like, how long am I gonna be here? We're gonna be here, but you have choice. So you can come up and you can re-enter. A lot of work, right, is gonna be in the thighs. So you can share it with your glutes. I'm gonna deepen my bend at the knees. Okay, so again, pay attention to you. What's right for you in this moment? We wanna be appropriately effortful. I'm gonna start to go little down, little up, little down, little up. My legs are already shaking. Exhale, right? But I know even with that shake, it's not fatigue, okay, for me. So this is kind of where my body goes, all right? So I still want to stay equal across the balls of the feet. Zip up, find the abdominals, find that lift through your heart. It's a little bit of a retraction of those shoulder blades. Good. Let's do a few more. Literal few. 2 more. Hold your position, and we're going to lower the heels like halfway and bring them back up. Okay, so we're gonna lower and lift. I'm not trying to touch the ground. I'm trying to feel the shift of the work, the shift of the experience. Yeah, you can probably hear, you know. Can you hear my heart rate? Good, so we're gonna do 4 more. 3, 2, hold. I'm going to try to alternate that with my heels without shifting right and left, okay? So find your depth, right? And then we're gonna lower halfway, 1 heel and switch. Woo! Lots and lots of work, okay? So if you're feeling that this is challenging, that's appropriate. We're like barely moving, right? But just holding the position, that's just magic, right? Of working in the, kind of with the bar concept, these micro movements, right? And it always makes me remember my childhood of ballet. So it's just these positive memories. Okay, a few more. 2, 1, hold. Last little bit here. Can you find it? Last 4, 3, 2. Oh my goodness, shake it out. Ah. Yes, this is the joy. I wish I could hear your moans and groans if they're happening, but I'll just have to imagine them. Just want to see how we're doing. Good. Okay, so as promised, we're going to be visiting positions that we did in our more calf-focused work. So we're going to come into heels together, toes turned out. I can't say enough how important it is to keep the integrity in the way you're just dispersing the weight across your feet. Because when we come up, okay, so I'm lifting my heels. I'm gonna bring my heels so that they click together and bending my knees. I need to keep the alignment. So the center hips, knees, ankles, middle toes. We don't want the knees narrower or wider. We don't want the feet wider than the knees can handle, right? So everything has to be in alignment. So it has that shared experience, okay? So inhale, nice and tall, lengthen. We want to decompress the spine even with our work as we slowly lower down. Take a moment, check in with your balance, okay? See if that is wise. Are your quads already talking to you? Okay, can you find the glutes, the base of the glutes, okay? Hug in toward the midline. We'll be here just a few more seconds. Okay, I want you to have access to what you need for balance. And then we're gonna start to move. So we're gonna go little down, little up. Watch during your movement. Can you keep that sense of equal distribution of weight across the balls of the feet? Nothing you do in any kind of fitness should enhance pain in any of the joints. We need to have appropriate effort in the muscles. Exhale fully. Take your moments. I'm quivering again, okay? Engage, it's with this length. We're trying to have appropriate effort between our ribs and pelvis, between the back ribs and back side of the pelvis. Good, few more. Let's do 4 more. Is that a few? 3, 2, we're not done though. Can we hold? Can we lift the heels away from each other? Bring them back. Lift away. We won't do as many as the first set. Few more. I was hoping to rely at least on natural light, but today is like a cloudy day, and so now I'm feeling the heat of the lights. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's warm. Good. Couple more. Can we alternate? Can we do a few where we lift just one, bring it, the other, bring it? As you can see, I don't think I've stayed as deep as I did on the first set. 1 more each side. Exhale, everybody. Exhale. Click those heels. Test your depth. Few more. Last 3, 2. Oh my goodness. 1. Shake it out. Ah. This is where many people say, she looks like she's a nice person. Okay. I am. Okay. And we're doing a practice that will make us feel so good, so strong, so I hope empowered, lengthened, more open, right? That's the hope. Let's just take a moment, take a pause, come into, if it's not a forward fold for you, something that just feels good. Lets you release some of that tension, shake out the legs. Exhale. So we will come back to some lower body moves. We'll do some more thigh work in a minute, but we'll take a pause, or not really a pause, but we'll just shift our focus to planks and push-ups with your chair or countertop or table. If you're ready to jump into floor push-ups, you're welcome to, but I'm gonna work here. We're gonna be working with hands wider, hands narrow, maybe single leg, maybe single arm option, okay? So check in here. The critical thing with push-ups is that it's not all isolated in your shoulders. We definitely don't want our strength to come from here, okay? From our shoulders to our up the neck. We want our strength and power to be shoulders to hips, right? Hugging in toward the midline. So just practice this with me for a second. Bring your hands out like you will in a moment, okay? And see if you can find these muscles. Hug in toward the midline. Can you hug in toward the midline without collapsing the chest? So the shoulder blades retract, okay? Showing, okay? We engage our abdominals, but we don't contract. We hug in toward the midline, okay? My legs, I'm gonna keep them close together. Bringing my hands here onto the countertop, and make sure your position doesn't annoy your palms or wrists, okay? So be kind. And then you wanna feel, again, that retraction of your shoulder blades, the lift of your heart, hug in toward the midline, and then slowly and deliberately come in toward whatever you're using here and away. So when you come in, make sure the head is in line with the spine, because everything in our life wants to pull our head forward, okay? So we want to find that alignment where we feel our abdominals the whole time. Let's do a couple more just like this. Make sure you're still feeling that zipped up energy. On the next one, I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna be close here, but I'm really trying at least to not collapse. Okay, in the abs. So protect your low back. Be here and do little pulses. Where is your work coming from? I hope your sides, your abdominals, right? Definitely your arms, but more primary work toward your core, between your shoulder girdle and your pelvic girdle. So let's do a few more here. Again, check in. Make sure you can look left and right, that your neck is not what's taking this. Good. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Push away and pause. Shake this out. We're more pausing because I'm warm. Okay, so I just need a moment. But we're going to come back into that exercise and add some variation. Okay, so hugging in toward the midline. We'll start to give the option for a single leg. Okay, so the closer your legs are together, we might find it easier to lift a leg. Okay, so we're gonna hug in toward the midline, find that length. I like to come in at least halfway before I even explore lifting a leg. So now what I want you to do is, at a deliberate pace, okay, in your plank, alternate lifting a leg, or thinking about lifting a leg. If you're choosing not to, you're doing plenty of work. Okay, but I want you to feel that connection, that your upper body and lower body work together, that your right side and left side work together. So we're trying to minimize the shift, right and left. We're trying to minimize sending the hips back. It's not the worst thing to happen. It's not dangerous, okay? But we're just trying to minimize it. So as I lift a leg, I'm engaging my glutes against the lift of the leg. Maybe think of it as a slight tuck of the tail. We're engaging the muscles between our ribs and our hips. Okay, so keep alternating. Maybe explore holding your plank in a lower, maybe a little bit deeper, but not at the expense of any other part of your body. Exhale, everybody. You know, and if it's your hands and wrists that fatigue first, allow it, like come out of it, shake them out, come back in, okay? Couple more each side. We're gonna do one more each side. So it was a real couple more. One more, and release. So again, find that length. Maybe take your hands, okay, back to your hips, hips are back behind you. Good. And just allow this openness across your chest, length. We're going to come back into a little bit more thigh work. So this time, doing some leg lifts. Okay, so we'll do this with, I'm turning just a little bit because we're going to be coming here. But heels together, toes turned out. Again, notice the lean. Try not to lean forward into your feet, but work equally across your heels, across the balls of the feet. Lift, lengthen. It's going to be easy for the body to try to avoid or compensate. Okay, so we're just trying to remember what's our primary goal with all of this work. Enhanced self-awareness, enhanced elongated posture. So whatever we're doing, we want to hold that integrity. Okay, so feel free again to hold on to something. Soften the knees, but yet ignite those glutes, those thighs. I'm going to just slightly shift into my standing leg and taking that other leg out in front. Again, I'm not straightening my leg, or at least not just yet, okay? But I'm keeping this external rotation and then lifting. Lift to the height, okay? You're gonna lift and lower, where you don't have to struggle to oof that leg up, okay? I've been practicing yoga for a really long time. Before that, I was into ballet and such. And so flexibility is something that I've enjoyed for a long, long time. And I don't even have to, I'm not thinking about how high I'm lifting the leg. It's just coming to the height that is right for my body, okay? We don't want the work concentrated near the hip joint. We want it all the way up and down. So we want it all the way up and down the thigh, to the abdominals, to the glutes. We're gonna hold this next one. Okay, lengthen, little, controlled, pulses. Stay on your standing leg just as you are, or maybe elevate that heel. Notice if you're tipping back, use your abdominals to stay really upright, really lengthened. Your same side arm here could go out in front of you. It could go up above you. Are we gonna be here forever? No. How about 4 more? 3, I'm shaking everywhere. 2, 1, let's do a few where we go all the way down and without yanking the leg up to some height. Okay, all the way down. I'm just laughing because my standing leg is just like shaking. 2 more, up, and then we'll stretch the quad. Okay, 1 more. Woo! Okay, before we go into second side, I'm able to catch my foot. Feel free to use a strap, but we don't see how it's easy to sink, okay? We want to keep the hips level. We want to engage the inner thighs so that we get a stretch that, again, has integrity. It has this as much benefit as we possibly can. The other thing, I'm just going to turn around to show you, I'm not allowing my ankle to torque. Okay, I hope I'm keeping my foot so that the ankle, the knee, the hip have that alignment, okay? Shake it out. Feel free, between sides, come into a forward fold. I'm just gonna check in. Okay, and maybe shift through the hips, lengthen through the spine. Feel how different the sides feel from each other. I always think about that as being evidence of your work, okay? So now we have to do second side. So again, the heels are clipped together, toes turned out. We're really elongated, super nice and tall with soft knees, minimal shift to the standing leg, maintaining that turnout, maintaining a little bit of a bend. We're gonna lift and lower. And this side is always more difficult because it's already been a working leg, okay? Try to keep your hips level with each other. I hope I'm modeling that. I only see a small version of myself. So I'm just hoping, right, that I'm modeling what I have in my head, okay? Really zip up. Notice how you might feel like you wanna oomph, okay? Or that we wanna have this evenness and the speed in which we lift up and how we descend. So there's not this oomph going on with it. Let's keep on going. Try to have equal space, equal length between your ribs and hips. Beautiful, everybody. And some will feel more comfortable with the leg a little bit to the side. Some will feel more comfortable, okay, that it's just better work, a little bit more centered or across the midline even. So find that place for you. We're gonna do one more and then we're gonna hold on the next one, lengthen, do little deliberate down and up, down and up. And if you need to lower the height of the leg, so be it, okay? And we're not created equal, right and left, or we don't live equally in the right half and left half of our body. So we're just doing our best. Let's do two more. Woo, this side. And then we're gonna go all the way down. Say, yay, breathe. Exhale, deliberate lift. It's like my leg is saying it's not gonna lift as high. It's rebelling, okay? So we're gonna just take a few more. Woo. Yeah, it's like, don't think so. Okay, couple more. Last one. If you can do more, you go for it. Ryan is saying it's done. Okay, so you can shake it out. We're gonna take that quad stretch again. So we want to make sure again, try to find the evenness in the hips, the intention in the inner thighs. Be good to your ankle. Breathe and breathe. Good. Exhale. It's those exhales we tend to hang on to. Okay, so the more you can just allow the exhale, the better. We're gonna release. We're gonna come back into those push-ups. This time, maybe. So we're gonna go narrower with the hands and maybe single arm, but I just want you to allow the fact that the range of motion that you can do potentially with your hands grounded on a surface, you need to basically cut it in half or at least allow that modification when we go single arm if you're wanting to explore it, because there's no benefit to all this happening and potential harm. Okay, so we want to make sure we stay connected to our side. So I'm zipping together, I'm bringing my hands close together and still hugging in toward the midline. Okay, lengthen. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to do a few here, whatever feels like your right range of motion. Engage your abdominals, engage between your ribs and your pelvis for the sake of hugging in toward the midline and lengthening. We're going to hold the next one, do little pulses. Pay attention. Can you, without any tension in the neck, can you look right and left? It doesn't have to be a quick movement like I just did, okay? Good. You also need to make sure that your hands don't feel like they're gonna slip. My countertop is granite, and I'm not sure. So we'll see. So I'm gonna press away. I'm gonna just bring my left hand a little bit closer in toward the midline. I'm trying to keep my shoulders square. I don't want to collapse here. And then I'm just gonna allow whatever range of motion. I think it's even less than half the range of motion that I can do when both hands are here. I'm trying to not shift my weight. Okay, so I want to be equal across the feet. I probably will do just 2 or 3 more here. Okay, and I think it's more my hand. Okay, that might be fatiguing here. So last one. Again, if you want to do more, feel free. I just want to give myself a moment. Maybe take your hands back behind. So really make sure that this is all okay, right? There is no point. We are not trying to make this tighter. Most people are really wanting this to be more relaxed, right? So we're trying to find our strength here, between our shoulders and our pelvis, more elongation through the spine. So just make sure you always have that big picture. What are we trying to accomplish, okay? So second side, lengthen. I have my hands really close. I'm gonna bring my right hand just a little bit across the midline, maintaining this space between my ear and shoulder. Okay, I'm trying to keep my shoulders and hips equal. So often in a facility or even in my home, I get to work out with the benefit of a mirror. I don't have that right now. So I'm just hoping that whatever's in my mind is what I'm doing. Okay, I'm trying to keep the weight equal across the feet. I'm just gonna do a couple more. Exhale, everybody. And make sure you feel even side to side, and then release. Whew. Check in again with your shoulders. Okay, with your neck. Make your movement right. Okay, right for you. We're gonna focus, we're gonna shift our focus still in our standing work, but make it in the glutes, okay? So we're gonna bring our focus to the glutes. And we wanna make sure that whatever we do, we're finding the connection between our glutes and our abdominals. Because if we do not, if we don't have that partnership, it's gonna want to compromise the low back. You know, but just like we don't wanna enhance tension in the neck, we definitely don't wanna enhance it in the low back. That's not why we're doing this. Okay, so I want you again to bring your heels, so they're gonna click together, toes turned out. Notice that your body wants to kind of, well, if you're typical, it'll want to lean. So try not to lean. Try to put equal weight across your heels, across the balls of your feet. We're stacked. I want you to just have a little bit of a hinge. Okay, so practice this a few times. Come up, hinge forward, and make sure you're not leaning into your feet. So you shouldn't initially at least need the chair or the countertop. So pausing here, and I hope you're feeling this focused work in the glutes, but shared with the abdominals, shared with the quads. As soon as we go to a single leg, the standing leg is going to want to take the load because it's so accustomed to doing it. I want you to really pull that energy up. Okay, so I'm going to have a minimal shift to my left, taking the right leg back. Keeping the left knee bent, lengthen through your torso. So I want you to just find this length. My right foot is still on the ground, okay? But I just want to have a teeny tiny, I'm going to increase the bend in my left knee and decrease. And I really want to feel that this is working my glute, right? I know the quads want to take over. They always do. They're notorious for it. Okay, but can you find work, at least a 50-50, any kind of awareness in the glutes? They tend to be just elusive, you know? They just tend to like be sneaky, okay? So I want you to keep some degree of bend in your left knee and contract those glutes, contract the abs in this strong, supportive, lengthened way, and then lift your right foot off the ground, okay? Now we're gonna flex the right ankle, bend your right knee, and we're just gonna bend and extend. It's like I want you to just push something through your right leg, through your right foot, push. And my hope, okay, my hope is that you feel your glutes. For many, they're gonna feel their quads more than anything. So if you are experiencing that, you come out when you need, you shake it out, you re-enter. There's a little bit of a tuck to the tail, engagement of the abdominals, and I'm just bending and reaching through my right leg. Okay, now you can explore. Do you stay at this angle? Do you wanna hinge a little bit more? Where do you feel that you're working effectively, okay, in the glutes? And your standing glute counts, if that's where you're feeling it more. One day, okay, you will feel equal work, okay, or some work in that lifted leg. I'm gonna hold my right leg straight, and then I'm gonna lower the leg and lift. And I wanna feel that I'm working against, right, that glute. So I feel the glute. I'm not leaning into my left leg. Okay, I'm still just in that hinge. Good, let's do a few more here. 4, 3, you're doing great. Hold, let's do little circles. Why not, right? Let's do little circles. Can you find that right glute? Have you already found it? You're like, Shanna, I have no problem finding the glute. Awesome, okay? Few more here, I'm just circling. Make sure those abdominals are on, that your low back is feeling supported. We're gonna change the direction. Change the direction of your circle. Exhale, you guys. Keep a sense of ease around your neck. You can have small circles, bigger circles, doesn't matter, okay? I'm just gonna do a little circle and press back. Little circle and back. Circle, again, contract those abs. We're gonna go the other direction in a moment, so one more. And then change direction of your circle and press back. Circle, good. Few more. This will be it. I'm just gonna hope that you feel work in your glutes. 2 more. 1 more. And release. Okay, so a nice stretch. You can do figure 4. I think of this as upright child's pose. Okay, so it just depends on what you're getting to use. Is it sturdy enough? You know, is it going to support you? I don't want you to be using anything that will tip on you. But you should feel different, right? Side to side. Woo, my goodness. Okay, well, we have a second side. And you know, I'm wishing y'all were here to keep me like, okay, what'd we do? But I think I remember. Okay, usually I rely on my class to remind me. Okay, so but heels together, toes turned out, lengthen through your spine, check in with your tipping. Okay, make sure again, because if you lean, it will go more into your quads and potentially your knee, and I don't want that. Okay, so I really want you to work with this empowered sense of awareness that you're working effectively. There's a point to all this. Engage your core so that your upper body really resembles a plank, a push-up, okay? I'm gonna stand in my right, take the left leg back. Again, you got that contraction of the abdominals, that engagement of your glute, and when you lift your leg, did we start with that? No. We started with, okay, so keep your left foot down for a moment. And you're going to, it's just barely, it's a small movement, but we're increasing and decreasing the bend of the right leg and hopefully triggering this glute work, okay? So again, always, because just we're a lifetime of patterns, right? So make sure that you're standing equally, okay, on your foot, that your neck is feeling like it has space. You can move, you can look around. I'm gonna hold that slight bend of my right leg, contracting, and now lifting, okay? I don't know if we did lift and lower, but I'm gonna do a few of them, and then we'll do some bend and reach, okay? Good, I'm trying to not shift so much into my standing leg, okay, because that will affect the hips. All right, hold your left leg up, flex the foot, bend and reach, as though you're pushing something away that's really heavy. So we can imagine all this resistance. We're gonna finish this side. We're gonna do a little bit with our arms, and then we're gonna come down to the mat. Okay, so if nothing else, I'll run out of time. I miss teaching so much, I feel like I could teach for hours, but I'm not sure you would be game for that. Okay, so we're gonna hold, right, and we're gonna do little circles. I think that's what we did, okay? You have, you know, probably better memory than I do for in this moment, so if you wanna do exactly what we did on side one, if I'm off, then feel free. I'm just going circles. Exhale. It's a lot, right? Let's change the direction. We'll add those press backs in a moment. Just make sure you're centering your weight, you're not leaning. Okay, so you have a little bit more weight in your standing heel than in the ball of the foot. I'm gonna add the little press back. So circle, press back. Circle, press back. So contract your abdominals, retract those shoulder blades so you get that supported, lengthened spine. Let's do one more this direction and then change. Woo. You're doing so well. I want you to exhale, exhale. Again, sips of water anytime you need, okay? Last two, last one. Oh my goodness. Okay, again, if I forgot anything, you do what I forgot. Okay, check in with your hips, figure four, your upright child, whatever stretches feel good to you, okay? Again, I'm not going to be using dumbbells, but if you have them, get them, okay? We're going to be doing some arm work where the arms are out in front, the arms are gonna go out to the sides, and we'll do some tricep work. And the arms, you know, if you do them long enough, right, you'll be like, wow, this is heavy, okay? So if you don't have dumbbells, pretend you do. Pretend, or hold, all sorts of, hopefully, you know, jars and cans and jugs and such. So take hold of what feels appropriate for you. We're gonna be here, okay, out in front. For some shoulders, it feels better to have the arms a little wider, okay? We wanna make sure we're not locking the elbows, but also not deeply bending. So it's like I usually go out in front, I go straight, and then I give them a slight bend. I just wanna show you from on the profile, right? I don't wanna be here because I'm not trying to create this, right? I'm trying to undo the tendency of all this, okay? So we wanna have that retraction, that engagement, and then we'll start to just alternate. And as you take one arm up and then you switch, I want you to make those small adjustments that you need, okay, between the distance between your arms, maybe smaller range of motion because this big movement annoys your shoulders, your neck. You don't want to feel this kind of clicking thing going on in the joints. That's not a good sign, okay? It usually is, you know, foreshadowing of something going on. So really pay attention. Let's hold the arms out in front. So this is right, this is our straight arm plank shape. And I just want you to be here. And I am really imagining that I'm moving through wet cement. Okay, so I want you to feel this, that it really has this familiarity to plank. You could totally do this as though you're doing forearm plank, right? With your elbows bent. Okay, so you want to feel that there's this resistance out to the sides, in toward the midline, above and below. And I hope you can feel you're absolutely getting work in your shoulders, I hope, right? But connected to your sides, connected to your back strength. Let's return to the bigger range as though, again, so we're not swinging, we're moving really deliberately against imagined resistance, and yet trying to recognize if we're going into our pattern. Okay, if we have a pattern of neck and shoulder tension, we're not feeling that. We're feeling connected strength to our torso. Let's come back to the center. Go ahead and bend those elbows. Okay, again, find that distance between your arms. Again, okay, retract the shoulder blades so that we have this open, lifted heart. Our arms may already be fatigued. I'm punching up against something and down against something. And your strength needs to have integrity and support. So look left, look right. Make sure, okay, that you're feeling strong. You can feel tired, okay, but not tense, okay, where we don't need it. Now I'm gonna hold it, I'm gonna go out nice and wide. Hopefully that feels good. I want you to feel out here that I want you to tip your elbows slightly forward and up so that you ignite here your sides. So we have just that little tip, and then we're gonna bring, it's almost like we're trying to bring the elbows toward each other, and then keep that little tipping in, and then work out. We're going in and out. And again, we're trying to stay away from the neck. This is not designed to aggravate the neck. We're trying to find our power. I'm just gonna turn around for a second. Hopefully you can see I'm working my back. I don't want to face that way for too long because I think it's like muffled sound. But you want to feel your back. You want to feel your sides. Let's just do one side, okay? Let's do a few here. If you want to add a balance challenge, you can always do this single leg. Good, but make sure, right, that the arm feels connected to your side. You're feeling the resistance both directions. You're like, you don't have dumbbells, who needs them, right? We can imagine all this resistance. Okay, last one on this side. Hold, still keep that little tip, okay? So we connect with this. And then let's do the other side. And I'm really, feel the power, feel the strength. We can feel strong and connected and empowered without feeling tense. They really are distinctive, okay? We don't, it's easy to confuse them or to blend them, okay? So we want to feel that we are strong. We need that. We need that feeling, okay? To feel that we have some power, some control. We're going to hold the arms out, okay? Again, that little tip, okay? Teeny tiny, little up, and then pull down. I want you to really connect with your lats, with your sides, with your abs. I have this tendency to pop my ribs. I'm really trying not to. So I'm pressing up and I'm pulling down. Pressing up, pulling down. Again, after today's class, you guys will give me feedback. I hope I get to see you. I'm teaching this again. Different exercises because I couldn't repeat a class if I didn't try. Next Tuesday at 9:30. And I'm teaching yoga next Saturday at 10:15. I'd love to see you, but I'd love to see you in any of these classes that we have going on at Parker Rec. We have fantastic teachers. Okay, I know we're not gonna be here forever. Couple more. Last two. Last one, I swear I can hear you. Okay, come in. Woo, release. Okay, so almost like an antidote we're gonna do a little bit for the triceps. Again, you can use dumbbells, tube, whatever, but what matters most is the postural alignment. Okay, so we want our ears, shoulders, hips all in alignment, retracting those shoulder blades. Now I have my elbows back behind, like I'm holding something between my elbows. It's like I'm trying to pick them up. Pick up the object with my elbows. Okay, then go to straight. Maybe tip forward, but make sure that you're supporting the position. And then we're gonna bend and extend. Now think length, think about growing your arms. It's not just the bend at the elbow, it's the reach through your knuckles. Good, maybe alternate. Okay, so make the bend minimal and make it a real full lengthened extension. Okay, make sure again that you can look side to side, that it's not compromising your neck. Good, you can stay just as you are or add a little bit more challenge, more integration by elevating your heels. It's one of my favorite things to do, okay, to make something more difficult because it challenges our balance. Good, reach. You're doing both arms or you're alternating or you're focused on one arm and then the other, okay? But I just want you to find that power, right? That elongation, that space within the body that's supported, right? Without it compromising around your neck. So let's do about 10 more, okay? Reach, focus on the reach, the elongation, the openness. Last 4, 3, 2, oh my goodness. Yay, take a moment. I'm going to adjust, okay? So we're gonna be coming down to the mat or to the floor, to a towel, okay? Everyone still with me? Okay. And maybe using your mini ball. We're gonna focus on abdominals and glutes and then finish up with a stretch. So you could have a strap potentially. So again, I'm trying to do this with little to no equipment whenever possible. All right, so I happen to have this handy dandy wall. So if we start out with focusing on our low abs, we want to make sure we're not gripping the neck and shoulders to make anything happen, okay? So, okay. Now I want to make sure I'm positioned so that I can touch the wall if I want. There we go. Okay, all right. So first thing, you want to make sure, okay, we've got those shoulder blades slightly drawn toward each other, so your heart is really open, and then engage your inner thighs, and you could put a ball here between your inner thighs and get a little bit of that tuck and untuck. But the movement can be easily done without engaging a lot of muscles, so we want to try to imagine this is harder than it is, okay? Because we're going to be potentially lifting the legs off the ground, all right? So bring your legs close together, zip them up, and see if you can't feel the inner thigh and the low, deep abdominal connection to this exercise. And then arms can stay down, okay? They could go overhead. We're gonna lift. We wanna make sure that when you do this, that it doesn't compromise the lower back, okay? So again, you can always put a towel or a ball or something underneath your sacrum. Okay, so I have my shoulder blades retracted and I'm using my abdominals to lift and lower. And I like the wall because it reminds me to retract those shoulder blades, okay? And I don't have any tension in my neck, okay? Now you can choose to go a little higher, but make sure you can control the descent. I'm just gonna scooch back a smidge. Okay, so it's not about how high, it's not about how many, it's can you feel the connection of your lower abs, right, to how they integrate. So the work of the inseam of your legs. So I want you to have a slow, deliberate ascent and a slow, deliberate descent, okay? So you can go as high, right, it's fun, okay, or it's not, okay? But you want to control the descent. So let's do a couple more. I want this to feel, my hope is that it feels therapeutic, but that might be having too high, too high of hopes. And then you can release, hug your knees in, move in a way that feels good and right, okay, for your body. We're gonna do some leg reaches. Again, you're only gonna go the length and depth that you can support, okay? So if it's helpful, bring your hands to your ribs. I'm totally running out of time. No shock. Okay, so we want to keep this equal, right? Even when we work single legs. So I'm going to lift the leg, and I want to reach it, and then lift up. So I'm going to keep my leg more towards straight. Your other leg can hover. We'll just do a few, because we've got to finish up. Good, couple more. I hope you feel the challenge. So you can keep the range of motion where it feels most appropriate, most challenging, most effective, but you want to make sure you're not shifting in your body. Let's switch. Reach, lift, and lower. You have been working your core this whole class. You're welcome to spend more time on your core. Yeah. I'd rather, I guess, have too many ideas than not enough focus. Okay, so just in case you feel like you haven't worked hard enough, you can take both legs into this. So both legs are together, you're reaching them away, but only as much as you feel this, your abdominals are holding you in this. And then they go lift and lower, small movement. Maybe your legs are straight, maybe they're bent, but you're not grippy. Okay, not grippy in the neck and the low back. Okay, let's last few. 3, 2, 1. Bring those legs in. Massage your lower back. We're going to finish here with stretching. Oh, I'm just so happy to see you all. I just can't even tell you how much this fills me up. So I hope that you have enjoyed class and are feeling good. I'm just scanning the faces, the names, and getting to see you all. So, okay, I'll start. So I want you, as you're ready, come up to a seated position. If you'd rather stretch on your back, you stay there, okay? I promise. It's all good. We're just gonna do some side stretching, some forward fold, checking in with the body, okay? So I'm just gonna go up and over. Breathe into this. Take the right options for you. Good. And then up and over. The other way. Good. Come up and feel free to switch out which leg is in front anytime, but we're just gonna lengthen and twist. Check in with your neck. Okay, so again, we want to focus on what we feel positive and purposeful with, especially, like always, right? But especially now. I'm going to switch to the other side. I have this little paper, this quote from Alexander Dumas, who's all human wisdom is summed up in 2 words, wait and hope. And I just feel like, yes. Wait and hope, 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 hope. We want to feel connected to that. So your legs could go out in front, okay? Together, they could go out to the sides. Everybody's different, right? With what feels good. You might tip back. We're just trying to find, so we're not trying to touch our toes, okay? What we're trying to do is feel and find length in the legs, length in the spine. Maybe hinging forward, but it doesn't compromise, right? How we feel. I want this to feel positive, right? Not torture. Breathe in, breathe. So whatever your forward fold looks like, and maybe it's better on your back. Maybe you want to shift a little, side to side. And then last position here, if it feels good to you, soles of the feet together, knees out to the sides, maybe hinging forward. Again, just shifting. there are endless amount of stretches that we could do, and I would stay here forever doing them, but time has run out. I just want to say again, thank you all so much. I hope you feel good. I hope you feel strong. I just want to hang out just for a second. You are welcome. You know, we're done officially. I just wanted to see your faces just a little bit longer before I say goodbye. Goodbyes are harder right now. So thank you. I'm just reading through the chat. Oh my goodness. Reach out anytime. Give me updates about your life. I see my beautiful daughter here, Mackenzie, who I see all the time on FaceTime and such, but it's neat to see her here. Oh, well, if I stay very long, I'm going to start crying, truly. But I just want you to know, thank you. And I'm thinking about you. And again, so we have classes, lots of classes going on. They're all free. They're all available to the public for the first 99 that come. And we are working on getting them onto Parker X YouTube channel. So they'll be available indefinitely. And I'm teaching again next Tuesday, 9:30 Mountain Standard Time. It'll be Barre. And then next Saturday, I think it's the 5th of April, I'll be teaching yoga, all from my kitchen. I'm still amazed. Just so you know, I have 3 little dogs and they didn't make a sound, and I'm so happy. I almost wanted to bring them out here. But anyway, all right. I'm giving you all hugs and gratitude, and stay well, be well, stay well. Bye, everybody.